Governor Bong Lacson. The first time in the history, if I recall, that a governor participated in the inauguration of Bacolod City Mayor. Vice Governor Jeffrey Ferrer. Earlier, he mentioned pinatulok niya ang NGC. Hindi nga daw katahom ng NGC subong. Hindi ko parehas lang na. Naglain lang ang gabong ko. Congressman Greg Casabaya, Congressman Joseph Stephen Paduano, our Minority Leader, Vice Mayor El Cid, and members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. I think I've seen a couple of board members here. Congresswoman Chedeng Alvarez, Congressman Dino Yulo, Congressman Kiko Benitez. Kung may nalipatan ako, sorry, because I did not see you earlier. Provincial officials and employees, mayors, and officials of various LGUs, punong barangays, and barangay officials of Bacolod City. Welcome sa aton nga inauguration. Kabalugid ko nga nabudlayan kamo magbakal sa inyong mga barong kag mga bayo sa mga gabi. City government officials and employees, representatives from national government agencies, frontliner in our health sector, law enforcement, uniformed services, partners in the business sector, religious groups, civil society organizations, the media, my family who is here, who has been very supportive since the day I entered into politics, Vicky Benitez, Javi Benitez, and Bettina Benitez. Distinguished guests, mga kaupod ko sa pagdamgo sa pagbago, kag labi na gitanan ang mga pinalanggap ko, mga Bacolod nun. Mayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Miskin kapungko kamo, I would like to invite everybody, ialsa ang aton nga kamot. Ibayaw naton ang simbolo sa pagbago. Ang letter C, nga ginusab namon sa kampanya, kay amo na ang amon nga handom para sa Bacolod. Ang pagbago nag-abot na. Madamo kayo salamat. Labi na gayet sa mga subong lang nag-alsa sa ilang akamo. Ginbaton ko ang challenge nga maglagan sa Bacolod City tungod sa isa ka rason. Ang rason nga magdala sa pagbako sa syudad sa Bacolod kag magbulig sa mga pumuluyo. Madamo ang inyo nga nadulaan sa paglaom nga mga bangon halin sa pagbrigado labi na gid sa tiyempo sa pandemya. Madamo sa inyo nag-give up na sa inyo mga damgo. Madamo sa inyo nag-aisip nga hasta lang kita diri.
Okay man din.
Ibalik naton ang pagdamgo.
16/9.
Magdamgo kita iwan. I wanted to inspire Bacolodnons to dream again. And not just dream, but dream big. I wanted to present a people of a wider range of possibilities for Bacolod. Better prospects for their families, and a brighter future for their children. Simple lang gid ang handom ko. Ang magbalik, ang pagpati sa tao nga may kadalagan diri sa Bacolod. Nga may pag-asenso sa syudad sa Bacolod. Kinubdan niyo po sa pagdanggol sa asenso para sa Bacolod. Nagsalig kamo sa akon ang mga plano para sa pagbago sa inyo pagpalangga kag pagsalig sa akon. Madamo gid nga salamat. Wala gid ko may mahambal sa overwhelming yung suporta sa akon. You've given me the biggest margin in victory in the history of Bacolod. To that, I am very grateful sa inyo tanan. You have clamored for change, and you have made a resounding call for it. You have given me a clear mandate and a challenge. Your trust is humbling, and I will not waste this opportunity of a lifetime, this position that you have entrusted to me, to be able to bring the promises that we have done during the last election. I am confident that I will deliver on the promise of change, especially if we all work together. Tapos na ang eleksyon, tapos na ang politika. Let's get down to work kay kadamo gid nga gahulat ng mga programa. You ask for change, I will give you change. Sa dalong sa Benitez administration, mapatsyagan nyo gini ang pagpagpo sa syudad sa Bacolod. Let's focus on the immediate task at hand. Unahon, ibalik ang pagsalig sa tao sa NGC. Restoring public trust should be grounded in transparency. It is only being transparent, by being accountable, that we will gain the trust of our people. It's about time that the NGC stood for what it was supposed to be. It is for the people, by the people, and everyone that enters the grounds of NGC will feel at home. And that is what we want to bring to Bacolod. The first order of business, I have mentioned this in the past, ginhambal ko na ni, that we will first look into the past so that we will know how to navigate in the future. Lantaunta ang mga nahimo sa nagligad ng mga tinuig para balaan naton kung ano ang himuon naton sa aton nga future. As I have said during the campaign, there will be no sacred cows. Let the chips fall where it may. Wala politika, wala personalan, trabaho lang din. We will start clean, a clean slate. I come in NGC fresh and new, without any baggage or political debt. The only political debt I have is with the people of Bacolod City. Second, we will re-engineer government transaction systems and improve our frontline services for efficiency. This way, the city government develops a closer relationship with the people. We will accelerate the digital transformation of the city's bureaucracy and digitalize the permitting process. And we will start with the office of the building official. Hindi na kinahanglan maghulat sa pila ka bulan para makuha nyo ang inyong mga permits. Hindi kinahanglan mag-agi kung kay sino para makuha nyo ang inyong permits. We will use technology to ensure that there is a clear transparency in the process of how transactions of government will be done. I-plastar natin that there will also be a real-time online tracking system para mabalaan nyo kung diin kaagi ang inyong mga permits. And we will ensure that they will be processed in the fastest time possible. We will harness the power of digital technology to enhance the efficiency of the city government's transaction and ensure impartiality and non-partisan in the delivery of government services. Wala color coding sa akon nga administrasyon. We will orient and train our frontliners to be courteous to our constituents, regardless of status of life. Our frontline employees are the face of NGC. Damo git permi, dapat git permi gayuhom kita. Di ba na? City of Smiles kita. So we will encourage our frontliners to ensure nga every individual tanan nga pumuluyo kasulod sa NGC ang aton nga pagbaton sa ila isa ka matamis nga yuhom. This way, we will give due respect to our people. This way, we will give them value that they deserve. This way, we raise their dignity. We will treat everyone equally with respect. Kay kamo tanan, kamo mga pumuluyo, ang amon nga boss. Labi na gid sa mga public servants. Ikatatlo, pakusugon ta ang capacity sa law enforcement agencies para masiguraduhon ang katawhan sa syudad. Bacolod has been terrorized recently by crimes. Tonight, I'm giving orders to Colonel Martir, who is present here today, Director of the Bacolod City Police Office, to intensify their anti-crime operation and increase police patrol and surveillance of hotspots and high-crime areas and resolve the cases as soon as possible. As I have pledged during my campaign, my administration is committed to allocate a higher budget to the BCPO, and with this, I expect results. Ika-apat, we will invest in the installation of state-of-the-art CCTV system and solar-powered streetlights for crime prevention, crime deterrence in hotspots, and improve the safety of pedestrians, especially ang mga call center agents nga nagapuli sa kagabihon. Wide CCTV coverage will help our law enforcement agencies resolve the crime faster. And during the campaign, our Team Ascenso, have discussed this at length, and it will be our tool in ensuring the safety of our citizens. Fifth, let us clean the city's image. We literally have to clean the city. Unahon ko ang pagkayo sa mga spaghetti wires. Mga hindi lang eyesore, but are also a fire and an accident hazard. I am sure nakita nyo na kada labay nyo sa mga dalan. It is something that my administration will focus on our first 100 days. My team is also already in the process of reviewing our solid waste management system. We will ensure a timely collection of solid waste from household and commercial establishments and its proper disposal in our landfill in Barangay Felisa. I have discussed this also at length, and I'm happy to note that there are several proposals on the table that we are considering in order to improve our waste management. So I also call on our people to help the city in minimizing the volume of waste that needs to go to the landfill by segregating at source. And one of the proposals that we're looking at, that they will be given the program of trash for cash. If they segregate plastics and certain valuable recyclable products at source, they will be given cash in return. This will not only address our garbage problem, but also provide an alternative source of income for our people. Protecting the ecological integrity of our city also requires long-term planning that integrates ecological and social justice principles in urban design. We have to plant more trees and build more green spaces such as parks, gardens, and urban farms, and distribute this properly to develop our city. We envision a Bacolod that cultivates inclusive and holistic development, a city that enables its residents to live, work, play, and commune with nature. This is what we will do to beautify Bacolod City. Ika-ano, we will invest in the rehabilitation of barangay roads. We will open some of the private roads to decongest our major roads. Puwerte na ang traffic. Labing na gid sa Lacson Street. So let's divert some of this traffic to those underutilized roads. We will plan this carefully, and we will call some of these roads ascenso lanes so that we will ease the burden of traffic on its citizens. Pero nagapati ko that the best city is not where people reach their destination with cars, but where people could walk, bike from their home to their destination. We will therefore support alternative modalities of mobility to make Bacolod a green, walkable city and designate bike lanes so that we can enjoy the weather of Bacolod. We will study and encourage community to adopt a principle of walking and riding a bike to work. We will also study closing roads during Sunday to encourage community markets and food fairs. We will boost local tourism and support micro, small, and medium enterprises. We are in the verge and on the track of economic recovery, and it is important and crucial that we take care of our MSMEs. Ikapito, to further support small food businesses, we will invest in rehabilitating and rebranding our public markets. Central, Burgos, and Libertad markets should take center stage in our local commerce. We will also streamline the downstream food supply chain and strengthen our farm-to-market linkages to lower food prices. I have discussed this with our Department of Agriculture, and we are looking into how to bring down food prices by making the supply chain more efficient. Ikawalo, balang ko nagutom na kamo, dasigong ko na lang niya. And our topmost priority is establishing what we will call the Bacolod Comprehensive Health Care Program as soon as possible. I have the commitment of our Sangguniang Panlusod that they will expedite the approval of the enabling ordinances and the necessary funding to activate this program. I now reiterate my pledge during the campaign to allocate the biggest portion of the city's budget to health. In Bacolod, we will ensure wala isa ka pumuluyo, isa ka tawo that will be denied medical services in the city. We already have met with the management of government and private hospitals several times. And we have come up with a common agreement that every Bacolodnon will be given access, whether it is private hospital or government hospital or healthcare centers. There will be access to all of these medical facilities. Inita na ng amon nga promisa for our first 100 days. Nasuburan na ni. And I am sure matupa na ni. As part of our long-term plans, my team is already discussing on how to build a minimum of 5,000 on-site housing units in 1 year's time. Hindi na naton i-relocate ang informal settlers sa mga layo na lugar. As I have said during the campaign, ang aton pahalinon ang tag-iya sanduta para mabilin sa mga pumuluyo ang ilang na ginaistaran. We will make sure that there is adequate housing facilities, decent and affordable para sa ila. It is a change of the current policy that housing are relocated in relocation centers far from the center of the city. On this, we differ from them because we are proposing on-site housing program. On top of that, we did mention that for those that will have a hard time, for those that by circumstances and the environment will give them a hard time in paying their mortgages, we have developed a program that what we will call House for Work. Kung hindi nyo masarangan, bayran ang inyo nga mga balay, hatagan kamo sa obra sa gobyerno para mabayran nyo ina. On top of that, we have also announced and committed to increase our social pension fund for senior citizens, solo parents, called PWD. I encourage our councilors, Sangguniang, Panlusod, to fast-track the allocation of at least 100 million to this vulnerable sector. Top priority naman ang edukasyon sa kabataan, kag reskilling sa aton workforce. Because investing in our youth is investing for the future. We will build smart classrooms. We will provide digital devices to students and teachers for a permanent shift to digital learning. We need to develop a digital literacy of our workforce so that we can compete in the changing labor market and increasingly digital economy that require technical and cognitive skills. We have done this in the 3rd District and we will continue doing this in Bacolod City. My administration is also committed to long-term water security. As groundwater aquifers in Bacolod become contaminated, depleted due to development and demand, we will need to increasingly depend on bulk water supply from either Talisay or Murcia, our neighboring LGUs. And so we must strengthen coordination and collaboration with these LGUs. Take it from me. I am sure I will be able to talk to these LGUs because we have a relationship in the past. With the climate change disrupting water cycle, we have to think of water recovery, water treatment innovation to ensure supply of our clean water. Just a couple of days ago, I met with the Basiwa board. And Bacolod, for the past decades, has been short of water supply. They have actually identified several sources that we can source our water. In fairness, they have a plan. In fact, as of today, we have a supply of 75 MLB available for our city. Unfortunately, the city requires 90 MLB. We are short by 15. There is actually a ready source in Murcia that is available. And the only thing that prevented it from supplying Basiwa for the past 2 years was a right-of-way issue for 2 kilometers. I would like to thank the LGU of Murcia for expediting this issue. And I think if Basiwa will return and take on this new development, we will have sufficient water before end of this year. Indeed, we need to welcome new investment, open new markets, develop new revenue streams for local entrepreneurs, create new jobs, and increase revenues. At the same time, protect the environment for the benefit of future generation. Our task is daunting. Daw ambisyoso kita sa aton nga mga handom kag plano. Pero nagligat nga eleksyon, nakita nyo nga ang pagbag-o posible gid. Ang aton nga pag-ugdanay, isa sa yabi sa paghimo naton sa tanan nga mga plano. Sa pagkadto naton sa isa kasikat nga Bacolod City, isa nga super city ang aton nga handom. Sa primero, sa akon nga paghambali, I said, let's dream. Let's dream big. With you together, moving towards this dream and dreaming again, I am almost sure that we will accomplish the impossible. We will make Bacolod a super city, a smart one, a green one that gives dignity, one that gives a lifestyle, a comfort, and a security for all. In my life, I have always dreamed big. In business or in politics, I have always aimed to be different, to chart new paths, to break new grounds, to be a game changer. Many times, I had to go the extra mile and gave beyond what is expected of me. As evidence, I am standing here today because of that principle. Today, we begin the journey to go the extra mile. Kaya ang Bacolod, dako ang potential. We will broaden our horizon and Bacolod will be a super city. A global city with a diversified economy, a skilled human resource, a model for green development, and a model for good governance. I have no doubt that we will achieve this. Kahit ang Bacolod noon, hindi lang buot, hindi lang isog, tikalon pa. We will achieve what others thought we will not achieve. Wala gid imposible kung tanan kita gawdanay, gawpyon, kagapati sa atong nga mga lawas. We can do everything. We can do anything. Even our biggest dreams. Bacolod, let's dream again. Madamog nga salamat. Asenso, Bacolod.
Madamong ikasalamat, Honorable Alfredo Abelardo, Albee, Bantu.